Hey guys, welcome back. So I just broke my 3x3 PB with a time of 5.58 seconds. Now this is completely insane for me because my previous PB was like 7.12. And usually when I break a PB, it's by 0.1 seconds, 0.2 seconds. But this was by a whole 1.5 seconds, which is really crazy because I usually don't break PBs by so much. So this solution was really interesting and I'm going to be breaking down this solution. Okay, so the scramble is going to be over here. Okay, so first of all, there are a couple of things that you can see. So we have these two pieces, which can be solved with D prime, and now this piece which can be solved with R, and there's an F2L pair connected to it. Now what I did over here was I did cross minus 1, practically x cross minus 1 because I preserved this pair. Now what I did was move these pieces into their spots and put this cross edge plus the F2L pair in, and now what a straightforward solution would be is to put this in and get an x cross. But what I did was I forgot about this. I just left it for later on, and I also predicted this pair in inspection, which we can solve, and I'm just going to solve this pair later on. So while solving this pair, which I've already planned, I'm looking ahead to this cross edge, which by this point I noticed would stay over here. So that would mean that it would be one f prime move away from being solved. And now somehow this pair got made automatically connected to it. That means when I put a cross edge in, this slot will be solved. Now all we have remaining is just one slot, and we can solve it like this. Now just OLL, and now we have a JPerm. So this was a 48 move solution, which is pretty nice. I got some really nice TPS on that solve. Now let's look at some other things that I could have done this solve. The first part of the solve was really nice, and I don't think I would do anything else, so I think let's leave that like the same. So I would start off the same way, of course, but now I know another way to solve this pair which is more advanced. So it goes like this: R2 U2 prime, R prime U prime, R U prime, R2 prime. And now that would be really nice because that would be more optimal, and that would give me the same OLL case as well as a JPerm though. Yep, so that would have not been as good because I got a JPerm, and that is not really nice because JPerms are bad. Like, if you like JPerms, then what's wrong with you? So we saw one alternative solution which is not as good as the original one. Now let's look at another one. Of course, the beginning is gonna be the same because I really like the way I executed this. It was really nice. And let's solve this F2L pair in the same way. So what's gonna be different is the last layer. Now I don't know ZBLL for this, and I don't even know the CULL for this. But what I can do over here is F, RU prime, U prime, F prime into EMLL. Now I don't know all EMLLs, so this would be risky. I know most of them, but definitely not all. So if I did that, I would get a 2 flip. And that means that I don't know this case. I do not know this 2 flip case. And what I would have done was RU prime, U prime into something really weird which I know from 3 blind, and I would not be efficient at all. So I'm really happy that I did not use that solution. Like, I'm really happy I did not do F or U prime U prime for corners, because that would have been way worse and it would have just been really bad, and I would have really regretted that. Now let's look at that third and final alternative solution. So of course, as I said, I'm really happy with the first part of it. So let's just do the first 3 pairs in the same way, and now once we reach here, I can do the advanced thing, which will give me the same case. Now what I could do over here was, as I told you, solve the corners. And now I did not notice EMLL as well, so that would have been really bad as well. What I would have just done was OLL and then PLL. Okay, I'm locking up like crazy. And that would have been 3 low class layer, and that would have been like maybe an 8, which would have been bad because I did not know that EMLL. So that would be really bad as well. So I'm really happy that I stick with my original solution. Those other solutions could have been really tempting because I know some cool solutions if I know the EMLL or whatever, but I stuck with the original OLL, PLL, and that worked out really well. So one thing I like about this solve is the way I did not regrip too much at all. So let's look at that. For solve to be like 5 seconds, if I had really bad turning and really like a lot of regrips, it would be really bad. So I'm going to take a look at my finger tricks, my grips and everything during this solve. So I'm going to start off like this and do D prime with this finger R, and now this hand is here, and I'm going to do U prime with this finger. Now while solving this F12 play, I'm going to regrip, but it's not really like a regrip because it does not interfere with my other turns at all. So it's kind of like a soft regrip over here. Now over here I'm going to do thumb F prime, and now I'm going to do U prime, and now our middle finger U prime, R prime, again U prime or middle finger U prime, so that I like prevent overworking. And now I can insert this pair in, and now from here I did a U prime with this left hand, and now I did a roll R2 for this overlay like this, double flick, D prime push, double flick down, and now I did U prime and I regrip to home grip, while basically I did the regrip to come up to home grip while doing the U prime, so it was again a soft regrip. And now of course it's all regripped from here, but I did a U prime over here to prevent overworking. So yep, I really like the way I executed this solve because the turning was really nice, there were not too many regrips, and yep, that was pretty good. Okay, so the cube I used for this solve is the Moyu Weilong WRM, the original version. I have a 2021, but it's a little bit too uncontrollable for me, so I used this one for the solve. And I also recently changed the settings of this cube. So what I did was I changed the elasticity setting to 4 clicks from the base setting, and I think that this is really nice. I changed it like a couple of days ago and it's been really good for me. I've gotten some really nice times, including this solve, which is so good. So yep, I highly recommend this setting if you're using the Weilong WRM. 4 clicks from the base setting, and yep, that was really nice. I did not lock up too much in this solve at all. I only locked up once, and that was kind of like a minor lockup during the J-palm. So yep, I really like this cube and I do recommend it. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really satisfied with this result. A 5-second solve, a mid-5 that too, is completely insane for me. And I did not even have a sub-7 solve before this. I had like a lot of 7s, a lot of low 7s, but not at all, no sub-7. And to think about getting a mid-5 is just insane. Like, if you told me yesterday I'm gonna get a mid-5, I would have just laughed and thought it was a joke. But yep, it's completely insane for me, and I'm really happy that I got this time. And yep, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I'll see you guys next time.